I think every person goes through a stage where they think trains are the coolest. In my world, I still think trains are pretty cool. And in 2001, I was stoked to get my hands on Team Bullet Train from Robots in Disguise. Team Bullet Train is one of those subgroups that stands out for not only having an uncommon alt mode, but also having the distinction of being one of the more unique combiners in the franchise's long history. But more on that later.
Why am I here again?
To tell the viewers about channel memberships.
What do I know about that nonsense?
Just tell them it's only $1 a month and it helps support This Toy Makes Me Happy.
And what do they get out of it?
They will get early access to videos, cool badges, and exclusive animated skits.
Oh, yeah! Sounds great.
So can you tell them that, please?
No.
Why not?
Because you just did.
Ugh. I'm starting to regret working with toys. Team Bullet Train consisted of Railspike, the leader, who took the form of a 500 series Shinkansen, Rapid Run, the young cool guy, who took the form of a 700 series Hikari Railstar, and Midnight Express, the fussy but lovable one, that took the form of an E4 series Max Bullet Train. Each of their alt modes is exquisitely detailed, with very few obvious indicators as to their true nature. Everything from the molded paneling and wonderful painted windows made these alt modes stand out as some of the best examples of Transformers being robots in disguise. You could even use their accessories to link them up into one long super train, if you were so inclined. They really were great for what was essentially elongated bricks with wheels. The neat thing about this team, to me anyway, was that despite them all sharing the same overall shape in vehicle mode, they each transformed in very different ways to form 3 unique robot modes. Railspike was the most straightforward of the group, and is quite possibly my least favorite when it comes to his robot design. I mean, I do like his head sculpt, and the massive shoulder pads are pretty cool, with the neat sculpted missile pods in them. But I don't like that his chest panel consists of basically the entire head of Rail Racer, just looking down. And his legs, despite having huge heel supports, still don't feel very sturdy. But he's got decent articulation overall, and I like his color scheme of blue and white. Rapid Run is interesting to transform. He does have a little bit of part swarming, as a huge chunk of the train pops off to form his shield, and his robot mode ends up being a weirdly proportioned silhouette. But he's got a charm to his design. The wonkiness works for him, in my opinion, giving off the vibe of going through a growth spurt, and not all of his limbs are on the same schedule. I especially love his colors. The black and gray work nicely together, with some beautiful pops of gold. Last, but not least, is my personal favorite of the group, Midnight Express. He's just silly fun in the robot mode. With legs for days, he stands out in this trio of already oddly proportioned pals as the weirdest and most visually interesting of the bunch. I think he has the most fun transformation of the 3 as well, especially where his arms and shoulders form from the roof of the train mode. His colors are wonderful, with the stark white, metallic blue, and touches of yellow. Part of my adoration of Midnight here has a lot to do with his portrayal in the show, as he often got some of the funniest lines, but I really do think he's the most fun out of the 3. But what happens when things get tough, and these 3 little engines that could need to take it to the next level? Well, this triple threat combines to form the absolutely stunning Rail Racer, of course. More than 20 years later, and I am still marveling at this combiner's design. All of the wonky proportions for the individuals suddenly make sense and pay off. Midnight Express becomes the lower half of the combiner, with his massive legs becoming the foundation of the group. Rapid Run gets the thankless job of becoming the midsection. From the front, it doesn't look like much, but from behind, he makes up the majority of the back, and gives Rail Racer his massive rocket packs from his legs. It may not be the most prestigious position, but it serves a purpose and grants Rail Racer the speed he needs to take out those pesky Predacons. Finally, Railspike predictably becomes the upper torso, arms, and head, giving Rail Racer his signature look. This design is unbelievably cool altogether. I especially love the sleek head sculpt with the transparent green visor and red eyes. The way Railspike's legs form the arms of the combined mode looks fantastic. The train panels opening to allow more movement just adds to the dynamic nature of this form. It doesn't matter what position he's in, he looks like he's moving with insane speed. Now, Rail Racer is not perfect. Despite the articulation granted to him, I find Rail Racer to be a little unstable as far as being able to stay standing. He holds together well, but this toy comes from an era where connection points were made small and thin, so I do fear for how long he will truly last. But that's not the toy's fault. However, it does make me hope that someday we see a new Rail Racer in the future. Trains are cool, Hasbro, and Team Bullet Train is certainly up there as 3 of the coolest.
Did you like that video? Please subscribe. What are you doing? You're too polite. I just thought, subscribe or face my fury. Scourge, you're an Autobot. Oh, bite me.